of judgment approaches, a day of enormous tribulation for all of humanity. We had to restore Arks to its former glory and might in preparation for that day. The glory and might of 1,000 years past.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. NiNjahCheeto here. Today I'm going to cover a few important reminders you all might want to take care of before maintenance. There are a few important things going away, as well as some stuff that you all will already know, but a reminder never hurts, right? I know prior to making these videos, I forgot about these weekly things all the time. By the way, I would like to respect my viewers' precious time, so be sure to use the timestamp chapters in the video play bar, as well as the video description, to help you get the info you need from this video faster and back to your day. So, let's jump into it. Okay, so there's an Arks ranking reward going on this week. If you open your menu, go to personal, and then down to Arks record, you can see random challenge records here. And there's a board race going on for Central Aelio. And I would definitely suggest going out here and hitting this because we have star gems in the trade for Arks records now. So you want to try to at least just do one run of this. If you do one run of this, you'll get the minimum participation reward of 20 Arks badges. And if you do really good on the race, you could possibly get 40 or 30 if you get like silver or gold. But just doing one run is going to guarantee you at least 20 badges, and that'll get you some star gems. Now, if you want to know where to find this, I'm standing right next to the terminal. It's right here in Central Aelio, right here by this Ryuker. I'll go ahead and open up the map here and show you too. This is where it would be at. It's at the Halfina Plains West Ryuker. It's right over here by where you would normally grab your alpha reactors. You can just go over here and just start it up and just do one run, and you'll be able to get that. Okay, so something that's going to be going on that's going to be ending this week, SEGA has a Discord post campaign going on, and there's some pretty cool items that you can get inside of here. You can see that it's going to be going away with the start of maintenance, and some of the prizes that you can get is this Wretch Kalites. I probably can't say that name properly, but basically it's just a recolor of the old Nox weapons that we used to have. It's a pretty cool camo, and as well you can also get 50 star gems and some couple of EXP boosters. So the way that this works is they want players to join their Discord. Now I'm going to leave links in the video description below to this website page here, as well as the SEGA official Discord. And if you click log into Discord, it'll take you right to SEGA's Discord channel. Now for me, whenever I first clicked on this, it actually didn't show me this introduce yourself channel here that they want you to sign up in. And you can see the format that everybody's done here with their 8-player ID and just leaving a little comment, just kind of introducing yourself or whatever. But whenever you go here, if you can't find this, if you click up here at the top for channels and roles, and then you can go up here to browse channels. This is actually where it was kind of hidden for me, was in here. And there's a little checkbox here that you can click on that'll actually make the channel start to appear instead of being sort of hidden like it was. So this is how you would find it. Now, alternatively, another way that you could do this, it's really, really simple, is you could just click on the little hashtag link right here and it'll take you right to that channel. Even though the channel will be hidden if you click out of it, if you don't do the steps that I just mentioned before. But basically they want you to post your 8-player ID, as I mentioned, and just a little comment, just like introducing yourself. So I'll show you all where you can find that. You can see right here they also have given instructions on where to find that. You can find your player ID by going to the game, main menu, personal, character info, stat information. So I'll go ahead and show you all a couple of ways to get to this player ID. One way that's really easy is if you just open up your quick menu. Inside of your quick menu, there's an option here for toggle character overhead display, where you can see like what alliance someone's in, what position they're in for their alliance, you know, HP bar, all this different stuff. But right here you can see player ID. You can actually find the player ID number here. That's one way to find it. Or another way for you to find it would be if you open up your menu and then go to personal, character info, stat information right here, you can see player ID up in the middle of the screen too. So this is alternatively another way for you to figure out this information. So here's a little bit of a heads up of another campaign that's currently going on. This involves the SEGA Twitter. I'm going to leave a link in the video description below to the SEGA Twitter, to the tweet page here where they have this contest going on. And they have this silly little like promotional video going on here. Like they made like this commercial about SEGA buying a planet. It's pretty goofy and pretty silly. I like it though. You can see right here that there's a campaign going on with a daily lottery of winning Amazon gift cards worth $200 for 2 winners and $20 for 22 winners. And the way that you enter is just to follow their Twitter here. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link in the video description below to this. And as well, also retweeting this post and see if you've won. So we do have an AC scratch that's going to be going away. It's going to be Soul of the Wild. So if there's any of these items in here that you want to get a hold of, it's a good time to go through this prize listing and just make sure that you price check anything that you might want to pick up. It's probably going to increase in price quite a bit once the scratch is gone. There was some really good items inside of here, so definitely check that out. The I'm a cat and emote in particular, this was really good. You can see it's really expensive. This is a pretty good emote though. I have previews of it on my channel. As well, if you've been scratching on it, make sure you go through and use your ticket here, the wild ticket, because this lets you pick anything that you want from the prize listing. So if you have one of those, make sure that you use it before the maintenance. So there's another campaign that's going to be ending this week too, is going to be the Use AC Get Items special campaign. And this will be going away with the maintenance as well. So the way that this works is anybody who spends AC in the game, you get these milestones for these different little like things here, this Dark Falz stamp, as well as this Dark Falz mask. Now these items can actually just be sold on the player shops. So if you just want to get these and you don't want to spend AC, you can just buy it from player shops too. It's actually pretty cheap. Okay, so something that will be going away with maintenance as well is going to be these packs right here inside of the Star Gem shop. Now, I'm not a big fan of these packages just because these packs right here promote unhealthy gameplay, and I think that's not good. Like these boosters, if you're not aware, these boosters, whenever you use this is a 24-hour booster. The moment you use it, the timer starts ticking on it, and there's no way to pause it. If you log out from the game, the timer's still going. So it makes you feel inclined to play for 24 hours in one setting to get the most out of your booster, right? And that's just not good. That's just not good to me. That's not, I mean, sure, I play 24 hours and more sometimes, but I don't think it's healthy to promote doing that, right? Like, it makes you feel inclined to do that, and I just don't like that. I wish that SEGA would add a pause booster feature, so when I log out or when I go do something, I can pause my booster and I don't feel the sense of urgency to just be online constantly while this is going. But these are here if you want them. They have like these Gigantic Might, Gigantic Precision, and Gigantic Technique capsules inside of here with the S version, so they pass at 100%, which is pretty nice. And the booster itself, if you're going to be running a lot, of course, they're good too. It's just, I just don't like the fact that it's promoting unhealthy gameplay. That's the only thing that really bothers me. Okay, so now it's going to come part of the video where we're going to discuss weekly trades. Now, these weekly trades, we do have a couple of new ones that we're going to be going over here. So we'll go ahead and start it off right here with the first shop on the left in Central City, the Item Trader. I always like to mention, first go to Item Exchange, and down at the bottom we have the N-Augmentation success rate 10%. You can trade in for 3 of these a week. Helps you to save a lot of money with your augmenting. And it just takes 30 gold Prim storage, which is pretty easy to get hold of via the combat sectors, or you can just bounce them in the player markets too. They're usually like 1k. Now, another one that we're going to mention, this is a new one, it's going to be the Arks Record Badge Exchange, and inside of here you can trade in for weekly Star Gems. Now, something else I want to mention too in the Arks Record Badge Exchange, you can also trade in for Arms Refiner 2s in here and Arms Refiner 1. So if you're lacking some of these and you want to try to plus 70 your gear, you can keep that in mind. This is another little location that you can get a couple of Arms Refiner 2. You can only trade in for 2 of these here, unfortunately, per week, but it's something that you can do. As well, we can also go to Item Exchange Stia, and inside of Item Exchange Stia, there's a couple of like things in here. You can get some Arms Refiners as well for Infernium, in case if you need some of those for unlocking your gear to plus 70, which is going to add a lot of damage on your weapon in particular. You can also get a hold of these Out Secret 4 in here. Usually these Out Secret 4s sell for a lot of money. You can price check some of these other doable stats. Some of these sometimes will sell for decent money too, so just keep in mind it's gonna kind of vary day to day. And then as well, we want to mention going to the Aegis Interga exchange. Now the Aegis Interga exchange, you can trade in your Aegis Integras here for the Aegis Souls and all the different Dominas. And these actually make a lot of money too, because you can trade these in for Half and Nally, which sells for a lot. Now we do actually have another weekly trade that's been added here, so if you've been out there farming any Gigantics, we have the Giga Strugment exchange. Now you can see up in the top right that some of these different capsules here are all going to be like weekly trades too, as well as like the Photon chunks and stuff. And like these camos here too. So it turns out these camos can actually be sold in player markets too. And there's a limit per week on trading in for these as well, but it's probably a pretty decent little money maker right now, being able to sell these various things from this shop here. So keep that in mind if you've been out there farming the Gigantics and getting the Gigantic Strugments. You can trade them for all these different things here and sell them for a lot of money probably in the player market. And then as well, we're going to go ahead and go to the Item Lab next. Now the Item Lab has an exchange down here at the bottom for exchange enhancement materials, and go to other enhancement materials, and you can trade in for a couple of new things that got added here. Now I'm sure if some of you have noticed, if you try to unlock Limit Break your gear, once you go from 60 to 61, it takes a lot of EXP, and you can trade in for these gold Prim swords and gold Prim armors here. The level 2s of these, they actually have this special augment on them, And this augment gives 100,000 EXP when used. So these are really huge. These are key to making your gear like get up to plus 70. So, and you can only trade in for so much per week. So definitely trade in for these. It just takes grinders too. You can trade in 10 of these per week. So make sure that you hit these. And like if you've already grounded your gear or you don't plan on grounding your gear, whatever, you should still trade in for these, because they sell for a lot of money in the player market. So you can just sell them and just give yourself basically some Prim setup for your end grinders. So we finally have a good use for end grinders. And then something else I'll go ahead and mention too is the Photon Chunk 2A and 2B, in case if you need some of these for unlocking your gear stuff. These are here too. And then as well, also the Arms Refiner 2 and the Arms Refiner 1, in case you're lacking on some of these for getting your, different like limit breaks on your gear and stuff. Make sure you trade in for these too. This is limited per week as well. Okay, so next one we're going to mention is going to be the Alliance Activity Support NPC Tim, which is right here in the middle of Central City. And if you go to Tim has an option for exchanging Alliance badges here for Star Gems. So make sure you trade in for your Star Gems per week. That's definitely something that you want to hit up. And then from there, some of these triggers actually increased in value quite a bit. So we have the Dark Falls Interception, and we also have Dark Falls Interception rank 2. These have been ranging anywhere from like 30 to 50k. They've been kind of fluctuating quite a bit. And the reason why is because it's level 75 now. So these are actually like updated to be kind of new. I haven't heard of anybody actually getting any good gear inside of them, sadly. But you can get a hold of the new gold Prim 2s and the like armors and swords. So it's definitely good for like making a little bit of money. You could sell these for quite a bit. Both of these triggers here, and as well also the Battle of Halfia Lake, that's the Dark Falls Aegis trigger. These sell for a pretty good amount of money now too, because these also have been up to level 75. So all three of these triggers right here, I would strongly suggest trading in for these and selling them on the player market. That's a pretty good little amount of Masetta that you can get, and as well your Star Gems too. Good stuff. Okay, so up lastly, we're going to mention Casino Star Gems from base PSO2. Now, I'm a big fan of going to base PSO2 weekly and getting the Casino Star Gems, just because we have so many sources for Star Gems that we need to do. So if you're unaware of how to get to base PSO2, now you need to have base PSO2 downloaded. It's a separate download from NGS, but I would strongly suggest getting it, because you can get, like I said, a lot of weekly Star Gems, and there's some extra just little things that you can do in base PSO2 as well. So if you're unfamiliar with how to get to base PSO2, if you come to the Ryuker, any Ryuker in NGS, you can go to block transfer, and up at the very top there's going to be an option for transfer to base PSO2 blocks. Now alternatively, if you're on the ship selection screen, whenever you go to ship, select your ship, it'll authenticate your ID and take you through the little bright load tunnel thing for a moment. And then whenever you go to actually select your character, there's an option here for PSO2 NGS or base PSO2. So this is another way to get to base PSO2 is right here. Okay, so upon entering into base PSO2, it's going to put you somewhere right around here. Now, if you turn around, you can go into this elevator right here to the shopping plaza, and then you can jump down. You can see right now we have the Sonic lobby going on in base PSO2, which is pretty cool. If you run around and collect all the rings in the lobby here, you'll actually get the Chaos Emerald dub here in Sonic Fan. It's a pretty fun little thing. But if you turn around, there's the entrance to the casino right here. So we'll go ahead and walk in there. And then upon entering into the casino, if you run over to the left, we have the prize attendant Chip right here. And Chip has limited time prizes for the weekly for Star Gems. Now, usually I just trade in for the 10 Star Gems. You can actually trade in for a lot of these here too, which takes more casino coins. It's quite a hefty price compared to the 10 Star Gems. But the great thing about this is you can do this on every ship. So if you have a character on all 4 ships, you can get this amount of Star Gems from all 4 ships. It's a separate trade on each one. Now you will need a separate amount of casino coins per ship. That's like the per ship too. But if it's your first time in here, you can come over here to this NPC right here, and they have some various little client orders that you can accept that'll give you some like little tasks to do around the casino, that'll give you some casino coin passes. And whenever you have casino coin passes, you can take them to this machine right here. This is with the Vol Dragon. And you can just spin it, and the Vol Dragon will spit out like a random value of coins, with the minimum being 500. If you're choosing to spend 5, you can see right there I got like 200 in one of them. Or if you could want, you could just spin them one at a time too. Now another way to get a hold of these casino passes, I'll go ahead and show you, and that's back in the main lobby. It's actually pretty easy to do this every day. So here we are back at the main part of the Arks ship lobby where we originally logged in. If you run over here to the left, there's a daily order attendant here. Now what I do is I tend to stockpile these daily orders. So usually at the very bottom down here, there's a couple of like collect orders. Some of these are a little hard to get a hold of. Some of them are really easy, like these two for the day. These are actually like some that are somewhat hard to have. And if you look throughout here, there's also like some various collect orders that you could send your support partner in your room out on. You can make a little NPC support partner and send it out for the little tasks, and it'll collect these things too. Or some of these will just be like a kill like a various enemy or something pretty simple. Sometimes you'll find some of these are really easy, but I've already got some of these tasks stocked up on my own from gathering, like via harvesting and like mining and fishing and stuff in the free fields. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn in this harvesting marbled meat one here. Now you can see I have 101 of this item. I'm only going to turn in one, so I'm adjusting the value to turn in one so I save the rest of my items, because my goal is just to clear a daily order. And once I do this and I back out, it's going to pop up saying I completed a daily order, and there's 5 casino coin passes, which is equivalent to at least 500 casino coins. Now something nice about these daily orders is this is per character for base PSO2 as well, so you can actually do this every day per character that you have, getting that extra amount of casino coin passes per day just from completing an easy daily order. So that goes back to me saying just collect up the items and only turn in one, because you could just turn in one item per character and clearing a daily order on that one character and getting 5 casino coin passes per, and then it just turns into some really low effort star jumps for the week. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for today. By the way, how have you all been enjoying the starless enemies? Have any of you obtained any of the super rare non-star weapons yet? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, stay safe and have a wonderful day, friends. See you in the next one.